What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Vampy Book Club. Sorry, guys, for technical difficulties because I sent Dell the wrong link, I believe, but we got it fixed, and Deli means right here.
What up? What up?
Yeah, and then we're going over issue 21 today, and it's actually not done by the same. Well, synopsis is done by the same person, but the whole story is not. It's done by uh, Chad Archer. So we're gonna be going over 21, and it's gonna be so the cover was based off of what was it? Slithers. It was a movie, I believe, but it was old school movie, Slithers of the Sand, and then it was the actress the it was based off a photo of a model and an actress, uh, Margaret Kotich. And I got a picture here, so let me share my screen and show you guys what she looks like. Share screen. All right, this is Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, or Margaret. My bad, Margaret Kotich.
Kotich.
Kotich. Yeah, so Indonesian actress that was known for movies and doing pretty much taking photos for Vampirella, and she was, they believe 18 was her too, the one with the mirror. They think it was they used that they Enrich used her reference for that one. So that's an interesting one. Margaret Thatcher, and then that's pretty much what the cover's based off of. The actress, and it's a Slithers of the Sand. So far, interesting story. I can say that much. What would you say? The same thing though? Interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting story. Kind of what you expected.
Yeah.
What I expected.
Since we've been reading it, yeah, what we expected. But this first half wasn't by Chad Archer though. This first half was by our good friend T. Brennan. Still,
Right.
yeah. So I actually got to read a little more of the issue this week, and actually read some of those how they mail people, like when the fans mail the letters to Vampirella and say, hey, I really enjoyed the issue, but a lot of them were complaining about this guy T. Brennan. A lot of people were complaining about him. So pretty much these letter pages in the beginning, these letter pages here, like this part here, the mail. Yeah. So a bunch of it was complaining about how me and you were talking last week.
Yeah, inconsistent and everything.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what all these most of the letters were. But they all praised her, all praised how good the story, how good the art was. But everybody hated the Archer dude, or T. Brennan dude, and wanted Archie Goodwin back. That's pretty much.
Yeah, I guess it's like Archie Goodwin. It was a good writer. It's like it was. I felt. Now, tell me, so far out of reading the Vampirella book, what I've liked the most is so far this story of Vampirella and Dracula being
Draculonian.
Draculonian. Yes, he's from the same planet as Vampirella. So at least in a comic book, it gives gives a different origin story to Dracula. He just went, he's a Draculonian that went bad.
Right. Yeah. It's a nice consistency, at least. It's a nice, you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
most of her villains are pretty much either sorcery, either magic based, or either one of her own kind from her planet.
And so far, it's like honestly, to me, in my personal opinion, just being that they've done a few issues so far,
Yeah.
was since like I think it was like 15 and 6, around 15 or 16,
Yeah.
with the first encounter of the two.
Yeah.
Now here we are at 21.
Yeah.
You could easily do a movie,
Right.
a Vampirella movie where it's like it's her and Dracula, because there's enough there. If they actually somebody actually read all these and just polished it up,
Right. But
and
wait, there was a movie and there was Dracula in the movie.
yeah, but doing it more so more more towards this,
No, I know that. I'm joking
yeah,
around. But there was a movie and it
yeah,
did have Dracula in it, and they didn't call her Vampirella. They called her Ella.
yeah,
But if you think about it, they do call her they did call her Ella in these past couple of issues. They did call her
yeah,
Ella. So now we know where the Ella part of it came from the movie at least.
yeah.
It's one of these issues.
They could clean it up. They could clean that movie up a little bit,
No, I know.
It's
I
just
bet
not,
me and you. Well, we should do an episode where me and you read enough of these and then try to come up with a script. That should be one of our episodes where me and you
yeah,
try to come up with a better script than the '96 movie.
yeah. Like I said, it's a good because I think I
Dude,
personally think that
you suffered through that movie, man, because you called me like 3 times, going, "Jesus."
I personally I like the one our one episode that we did with
Mhm. Yeah,
Tim from our one of our
our
LCSs that we
LCS
did.
is We Love Comics.
Yeah, we love comics. Like kind of like even with our little bit more open discussion to like after we went over the movie.
Yeah,
If we were to do it again, I would I would pick if I were to have a director to
yeah,
direct the movie.
uh-huh,
I would say Guillermo del Toro.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was like as because he'll do it kind of like gritty and
yeah,
since he's done horror and he's already done a couple comic book movies. You know, I believe he's done Hellboy and I know he's done Blade, one of the Blade movies.
yeah.
He did Blade 2 and
Yeah,
he's
Del
done
Toro, and then my other pick would be um uh the one that did the interview um with why can't I think of the guy's name right now? Spy Kids,
okay, yeah.
the one that
All
did
right.
Spy Kids,
Yeah,
and
well,
Dust Till Dawn, or
that's it.
him.
Robert Rodriguez. Okay.
Yeah, Rodriguez. I was thinking about Rodriguez doing it because hey, it's a you know what I mean? It would
Yeah,
be full
he's
circle.
a first.
It would be full circle for him because he's a Frazetta fan, and it's
Yeah,
one
well,
of
yes,
Frazetta's characters too.
yeah, since he's a writer director, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, so that's just me, yeah, but it's so far like even with the story, the
right.
way it progressed, because it already starts off with Vampirella, already torn, you
Yeah,
know,
in between, like me and you were talking about last week, freaking a love triangle with human and with another with a Draconian.
exactly, exactly. She's torn a bit between like she feels that because here she comes and runs into
Right,
one of her own kind.
right.
It's like so now she's
So
so,
yeah, like you said, so torn, and then she's talking to Pendragon around on this one,
she's
where
talking about Dragon that she's like that she felt that she thought she loved
yeah,
uh Adam Van Helsing only but she comes and runs into
right,
somebody who is one of her own kind,
right.
and now it's a different story. Now she's
See,
torn.
this would have been a better movie.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like the story, like the story progressing is like because it's
I
you
mean,
know
it was pretty close to this if you think about it, because they just pulled parts from probably from these little stories here and pulled some of it from it, but not all of it's from it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, because if they would have
yeah,
built it
around
to
like this, it would be a little
yes,
better.
yeah, built it to something like this to
Yeah,
where it was more so like this to where it was a natural
Right.
progression. But somebody would clean up the story and it's like I see the plot holes that we find,
Right.
like and
Did you find any
clean
plot
them.
holes in this one? I read it, but I
It
didn't.
still it still kind of refers to it still kind of refers to the serum again. That's the only one that really stands out.
Yeah.
Because it talks
So
about
the serum thing is the funniest part of this whole freaking thing of all the stories so far. It's like there's two ways to do this. It's either scientific or it's either freaking not scientific at all, and it's
yeah,
some type of magic base where she could turn water into her into her serum.
it's a somehow. Sorry, I was just
No,
reaching
you
for something, but it
something
was
so somehow you can just get some normal tap water and turn it into her her
it's like
elixir.
turning water into wine,
Yeah.
right? So
Another, like you said, another god reference type thing,
yeah, like
pretty
religion
much.
reference type of thing. But it's like,
Yeah.
but it was just one of those things. Like, so they go, they go and then like,
Yeah. So what did you think of why hold on, give me 1 second. Uh yeah, Chad Archer's writing in this one.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. At least it was a little bit.
Was it
Yeah,
better than Art was it better than T Brennan's stuff?
yeah. I think so. It was a
Was it a
little bit.
lot better, or was it
I think it was a little bit better.
a little
it was
bit
better.
better?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think it
thought
was.
so too. When I read it, it felt a little more cohesive.
Yes, yeah, I agree. But
It
it
felt
was
a little more cohesive this time. It
yeah,
didn't feel it didn't feel as loose spaced.
yeah. It's a little bit. It was a little bit better. It's like it was definitely better and more consistent and everything. So it's just again, it's just like he was going off of what he already had with the other stuff that he was going off of. Like for example,
Right,
with the serum, because they make a reference to the serum again, and then
right.
here all of a sudden it's like, but it's always you always have serum. I'm like, what? But what the heck? You
No,
say she's always
but
had serum, but
no, I thought this part was pretty funny though, because as soon as she's telling Pendragon, I'm torn. Freaking the Countess comes out of nowhere and freaking sends her to and sends her away somewhere, and I'm
yeah,
like, I'm like, huh? You're
yeah,
torn. As soon as you tell this guy you're torn, this chick makes an appearance out of nowhere and goes poof. You're going
yeah, it's like,
somewhere.
yeah, because it was like, because I think if I remember correctly, like in the last one, she's kind of like, I think she kind of made reference that she had feelings for, she's starting to develop feelings for
For
Dracula.
Dracula, and then the other thing was that the Countess said you both fail.
Well,
So
yeah, in a particular mission that she,
yeah,
because remember like Dracula, the whole thing with the contrast of Dracula is just
right.
for him to redeem himself.
For him to it's another, like you said, Dale, another religious reference.
Yeah,
Repent.
yeah, to repent and redeem himself from
Yeah, to repent. What
repent.
that you, us reading now, I didn't notice all this religious type stuff in the book in the book
Yeah,
until
that's
you
good.
started mentioning it, and then and now I'm catching it. You know what I mean? Before I didn't catch it as much, but now since I'm reading it, now I'm catching it a little more.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that's why it's like
It's not
it's not
heavy.
heavy. It's like subtle. It's very subtle. It's subtle.
Very subtle. Unless you're really looking for it, you won't find it. You won't.
Yeah,
You know.
you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't see it, but it's just like
Yeah.
when somebody has a little bit of a background, a faith background, and somebody
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
Christian background. It's like okay,
You'll catch some of it.
you catch some of it, but it's if you don't really see, it's just like a good versus evil type of thing.
Right. But
Yeah,
I thought this part was funny though. They said, "Oh yeah, we sent her to another plane of existence or whatever." But but the demon but the demon sees her. So
yeah, yeah. It's like in this case, it's like the god of what's the god of chaos.
Chaos sees her. It's like I'm like, okay, so this is not too bad. This is not as bad as the previous issue, but it's still interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting
Yeah,
it's kind of an interesting thing that they're doing here. Like, Interesting.
But my biggest thing is I'm wondering if if Countess is like an angel, and then the the other one is like devil type, maybe
Yeah, I would say so. I would say it's like I wouldn't say like
might be like a lower demon or something like that,
yeah,
or
something like that. Something like that.
yeah,
It's like it's definitely they're both representing good and evil.
yeah,
It's like so, then you have these two aliens that went from one planet to another. It's
right,
like all right, went to a planet that has people that in a way is very similar.
right, but very different at the same time, because
Yes,
they can't morph into bats, and they can't they don't have wings.
exactly. When they're one form, they're they're very much like human like,
You're right,
but then they can morph into a bat.
right,
But and they too have or so they have a civilization and
right.
morals
Well,
and
later down the line, she's gonna gain some. These two are gonna gain some more interesting powers. You're gonna be like, "What the
yeah.
hell?"
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. And then
Yeah,
now with it, yeah, so it's they finally go to this the sand, and it seems like all of them can make their way over there too. It's like
yeah, but it doesn't explain how how the other ones made it. I can understand how Dracula and them made it, but it doesn't explain to us how Adam and and his dad. I don't think it did. I don't. I read the whole thing. I
yeah,
reread it. It doesn't mention how they ended up there.
yeah, just to show how
Yeah,
Conrad Van Helsing or Adam Van Helsing,
ended up there.
even Pendragon the
Yeah,
magician.
all three, all three of them. I'm like, how did the normal humans end up on?
Yeah,
Because the Countess didn't go, you all failed, and sent them all. They said, Vampirella, you failed, and sent Vampirella. But I'm like, how did the other other three show up? So that's on the only plot hole in this one. If you would say, Del, the only plot
yeah,
hole I would think.
yeah. I'll say that's true. That's very very true on that one too. That's
Because I didn't notice until talking to you. I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't even mention how they sent the
yeah.
other three.
It didn't really bring it. It didn't really say it either. So
Right.
I agree. I
Unless
agree with you.
unless they got like from the like 18, where it talked about a mirror. Unless they had some type of mirror again.
Exactly. But it was one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's the only thing on that
Yeah,
one that I
but
found kind of
it's
weird.
like the previous issues where where Adam gets fatally wounded, and where the other guy gets fatally wounded, but
Mm,
somehow that they make it into the next issue.
right.
With no no ifs answer. But I love comic book logic.
Yeah, comic book logic so different and weird, but it's cool.
I wished I lived in comic book logic, because
Yeah, you and me
it's
both.
it's like,
You and me
dude,
both.
yeah, it's like, what happened? And then the next day you're like, oh, it's healed.
Exactly. Exactly. It's healed and everything, but I don't know. It's
Yeah, I just thought it was funny, but yeah, and then it's now it mentions it's Jose Gonzalez and Chad Archer's story now, and then that and all this was the T Brennan's explanation. All this part was Brennan's wrap up of his previous stuff.
all right.
And then and then we end up on when we end up on the desert is when we get into the other writer.
Yeah,
So this part, that's why the T Brennan stuff felt a little awkward. That's why this stuff felt a little awkward, a little bit, kind of.
right.
And then
I agree.
then we get to here and talking to, but they both look like they're pissed at each other. That's what's funny. If you read it, they're like,
Yeah, it's yeah.
and
I
she's in the
just
middle.
just caught up in the middle and the whole thing. I was like, okay. It's like I don't get it, but it's cool.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. But my thing was, oh God, for Dracula and then freaking normal human.
Yeah,
You're like, uh, I feel bad for you, Adam, but he can morph into a bat, or he can grow out wings like Vampirella can. But he uses the morphing part than more than the Vampirella part, where those big ass wings come out of her back.
yeah.
He doesn't use it as much. I don't think he uses it. He uses it in the present day either. I don't think. I
No,
don't think they give it to him. I think they just make him normal Dracula powers, where he turns into a bat. But
yeah,
that would be kind of neat to actually see him use Draculonian stuff and go, shit, I got some big ass wings too.
yeah. It's like, yeah, because it doesn't really like the times he's been on Earth and stuff like that. It doesn't
Yeah,
show him
yeah,
so much.
yeah.
But I don't remember him so far show off that his wings come out. It's just more of him
Yeah,
hunting after people.
morphing into people or morphing into a bat.
Yes, and like
Because that's the other power that you're gonna end up seeing Vampirella is gonna end up having down the line, like not right now, but like a couple of issues later. The she'll start getting some powers that Dracula had in this beginning, where he can look like other people.
right. Yeah, so
but I but I really like how Gonzalez did Adam's face, like where you could tell Adam's actually pissed, like in this one, like in this corner here, like you can
yeah,
tell he's like pissed off. Like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing? Like, Dracula, what are you doing here?
yeah, yeah. So that was like the Conrad the father. He was like,
Right,
yeah, it's like, oh man, it's Dracula, and it's like, and this, but they try to talk, make it to where,
right,
he's trying to make it to Dracula's trying to convince us like, no, I'm different now. I'm trying to change here. Give me a chance, and the
right.
whole thing. So
Right, but Dad don't trust him at all. You can tell Dad don't trust him at all.
exactly, not one bit.
Not one bit. If Dad can throw a freaking stake in his chest, Dad's gonna throw.
Yeah, and that's what they were talking about here. Is like
Yeah,
uh, that there was like, hey, yeah, go find me a piece of wood or a piece of metal.
yeah.
And
I thought it was funny. I'm like, yeah, Dad just wants to freaking murk Dracula, man. It's like, don't give a crap. Yeah, you might be Draculonian, but you're an asshole.
okay, but then I was like, then like this is where Dracula was like, then Adam was like, hey, there's nothing here. All I see is sand, nothing but
Yeah,
sand.
nothing
Then
but sand, and
yeah,
then
nothing.
yeah, and then some more some more stuff that they talk, and then and she's trying to convince them to get along with each other. It's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. It's like, hey, we're on a
But
mission.
like me and you were saying, she's caught in the freaking middle of a freaking love triangle with a human being and with a Draculonian like herself. So
Right,
she's caught
exactly.
in the middle of this thing. It's like, well, the worst place to send her would be a freaking desert planet or a desert or wherever counted center with. Yeah, but like me and you were saying, it doesn't tell us how the three humans end up on the planet. I understand why the two Draculonians are on the planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But how the hell did the three humans? So it's like, what the hell? That was my plot thing that I found. I'm like, huh.
yeah. That's one thing. Something I just didn't. I didn't
Yeah,
get. Yeah, but
yeah,
it's a love triangle. It's like, but this ended up being like a story here that as it
yeah,
progresses, they
yeah.
trying to find their way around. They're walking through sand. Then
Sand, almost like like a frozen lake or something like that, or
no, it's like the road that they find is like it's a road. It's like some sort of like untreated sulfur road.
oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that sulfur being
I
spread.
forgot, I forgot. Because I read it and then it just like popped out. I thought it was a lake
Yes,
because looking at the picture, I thought it was a lake at first, but I forgot it said sulfur.
yeah, sulfur is like pretty much like a very shiny, glassy type
Yeah,
looking
and
road.
then but in like a couple of panels, we find out what made the damn
Yeah,
road,
yeah, because it's like
and
because they thought it was like, oh, there has to be some sort of civilization. Oh, it's like, oh, it's a new
no,
road.
it's some type.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's
I'm saying this is what they were thinking. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what they
yeah.
were thinking.
Yeah, what they were thinking, oh, it's some type of civilization. But me and Dell know a couple panels down and down, it's something even worse than we thought.
Yeah, so it was something completely opposite and
The
different.
opposite of what we did, what we all thought.
Yeah,
Because oh, it must be like, like some Draculonians or human beings or something. Nope. We come and find out, this part, and then but what's funny is well how Jose drew Dad's face too, surprised when Dad's blind, when Dad can't hear, you know what I mean, can hear stuff but can't see stuff. But you see how freaked out the Vampy looks and how freaked out Adam looks. But why is he looking freaked out? Because he can't
well,
see it.
yeah. Well, that's why he said stop. Well, there's a little word bubble that says stop, and be quiet.
Oh,
I hear something just over the dune.
Oh,
Sandra.
like I said, I missed one word bubble, so I missed one
Yeah,
word bubble because I'm like, huh? Why is he surprised? He's blind and he can hear, but he's blind. If I forgot about that, but that one, one little word bubble. So
yeah.
I'm like, I was a little confused. I'm like, huh? Why is he surprised in this bed? And then, like I
And
said, here is
it's
that thing that caused that sulfur road.
yeah, it's a being a giant slug.
It's
That
a it's a ugly son of a gun.
Yeah, it's a big like monsters type slug, and only to realize that that road that they were walking on wasn't a road. It was the waste material. The slug is
Pretty
the
much his
slug.
shit. So
Yeah,
let's simplify it for everybody. Let's simplify it for everybody. It's the slug shit.
yeah, exactly. It was because what he's doing since he's eating the sand, he's
Yeah,
leaving behind the waste. You
like
know,
I said,
he's
let's
pooping.
just simplify. like me and Darren gonna simplify it for all of you guys. The slug eats sand and pooped it out, and it turned into sulfur.
It's like a sulfur track,
Yeah,
as a waste. So
yeah.
it's like, oh, well, it's not sulfur. It's yeah,
It's we're stepping in shit.
yeah, exactly. So
That's what
yeah,
made me giggle, but it made me giggle though when I found. I'm like, oh boy, they might want to check their shoes after
exactly,
that.
exactly. So it was kind of an interesting thing that they had going on here.
Yeah,
Uh, but so they're running away because it's like, oh, the creature realized that, oh, they're there, but they move. Of course, they move on, and
yeah. Of course they avoid the creature, and they dodge the creature. But I think Adam ends up finding a cave right here, I think, or something like that.
yeah, they kind of find a place to hide.
Lay low, lay
To
low for a little bit.
lay low. Yeah, it's necessary. Just a place to lay low right now because they're trying to run, but they realize that since Conrad Van Helsing, since he can't see, he can't really run like everybody else, and that if they don't run on the trail that's left behind, they run through they run through actual sand. It's like running through desert sand. They can't run really well.
Nope.
But
And
but
then not only that, but imagine if you're leading a group of people and one blind guy. Yeah, yeah. What happens in a horror movie? Blind guy always is the first one to go in a
yeah, it's
horror
always
movie.
yeah, it's like horror movies. It's usually like there's always like the one weak person that always tends to
Yeah,
trail behind.
yeah,
Also, always becomes a problem.
yeah. Yeah, that the last thing you want to do is have Adam Van Helsing and have Conrad freaking trip and the
Right.
slug go. Dude, I would be worried about the slug go rolling right over them and turning them into part of that road.
Exactly. Exactly. So
That would be scary. It's scary enough. What that thing running on top of you and shitting on you.
yeah, it's pretty bad. So, but it was just one of those situations where it gets pretty awful. But
Yeah, and
now,
then we start. Yeah, then she starts saying, morphing into the bat. Yeah, you see her start morphing into the bat,
yeah, she's more
and
free to the bat to kind of like try to attack the this slug monster, but Also, the slug monsters are kind of like almost like talking to her as well, like almost
Right. Well,
like
that's the last thing I expected. The slug thing to be actually be able to talk to her.
yeah.
That
So
was the last thing I expected. I'm like, there's no way this thing's this thing would be human like or can at least talk to her. And then they did talk to her, but and then well, we find out later down the line, a couple panels down, something happens, and this one,
yeah, it's like so it goes down, and it's like she couldn't quite really do anything, so she
dude,
kind of retreats.
yeah, no
Uh,
doubt, big ass slug versus a freaking little bat.
and going back and forth because the slug kind of realizes that like I spent all this time eating nothing but sand, but then he sees these creatures and that to him what are creatures like Vampirella,
Yeah,
Dracula, and the other and the humans. It's like,
and
oh, you guys have something else that's different from what I've been eating. I've been eating nothing but sand. It's like, but you guys have fluid inside you. Talk about referring to blood.
yeah.
So, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna eat you guys. You know?
So I'm wondering if he was if he was Draculonian too. I'm curious because
Yes.
it doesn't tell you at all that if what he was before the slug, you know.
No, it's just I just kind of figure it's just some random monster that's like
Right. But
that's
the only reason I
on.
say that because the Countess sent them there. So maybe the Countess has sent multiple, multiple Draculonians. That's what I was thinking in my head. Like this Countess has sent, other people, other things here because if this thing is here, that means she's done it before.
Right.
So I assume maybe he was part Draculonian and something happened on the planet and he turned into the like how Dracula turned into Dracula, So
Right.
that's what I assumed when I
Yeah.
when
So,
I read about it. I'm like, yeah. So me and you think about think different things. So I thought something different and you thought
yeah.
I'm like, huh. I just think more outside the box a little bit, but it's all right.
Yeah, I just figure it's like because they were just moved into like a different area or different
Right,
dimension. So it's just a weird alien
right.
creature on
Yeah,
this,
that's what you
and,
thought, and I thought the Countess probably sent this creature here somehow before them, way before them, because the Countess is supposed to be way older than everything, all of them. So
yeah,
I just thought it was interesting, man. And then she comes back, starts talking to Pendragon, and starts talking to Dracula and stuff, and but she starts getting hungry.
yeah.
Some
So now it's like now she's talking about her appetite starting to come back. The bloodlust
right,
is starting to come back. Not only just her bloodlust, the airship, but she's like talk about they're here on this page they're going talking about the whole our bloodlust, but you always have
yeah,
serum on you.
yeah. The Pendragon's always going, "Hey, you always got serum on you. You should have some serum on you."
Yeah, it's like, but no, it's like that's not the case. But this is where I always sit there because like it goes with the plot hole of
hmm
other issues. Is like she has serum, but she doesn't have serum, and then she
Right.
somehow
But,
gets serum.
but yeah, my biggest part was I'm like, how is she gonna get serum now? It's
Yeah,
like, is she gonna turn to slug? Because for when I thought about this, I thought about the slug shit. I'm like, I thought maybe she could grab some of it and go, whoo.
yeah. So no, and
I
and
just,
they're
I yeah,
they're talking about they're talking about they're needing water themselves
right,
also because just like she needs blood,
right,
they talk about they need water themselves. So that's what they're talking about here. The whole back and forth between Pendragon and Vampirella and
right,
all that too. So that's what they're going back and forth on. But hey, as we progress in the story,
yeah.
uh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
it looks like the planets or wherever they're at, it's driving people a little cuckoo because how uh how Jose drew drew Adam. It looks like Adam's going nuts.
Yeah, well, because they're this planet, they're like in the desert, so the
Right.
heat's getting to him. So he's starting to
Hallucinate pretty much. That's
hallucinate
what.
and see a mirage, thinking, "Oh, look, there's water, there's
Right.
kids playing and
Right.
doing stuff." It's like, then like it's like, hey, no, the Conrad was saying, "No, you're delirious. You're seeing things."
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
the yeah, and then like Jose, like I said, Jose drawing, drew and drawn and made it like, oh, okay, he's good. He's going a little cuckoo.
yeah,
Yeah, and then like always, what happens in the love triangle? The two lovers end up fighting eventually.
yeah. So yeah, then like, now now so, like Adam Van Helsing is still kind of like he's
but
still
but
not
what's
right because right here he's like he's going the logic he's having now is like, well, you guys come from a planet where blood you blood runs like water in the rivers, and you have to feed off our blood, so you guys must be made of water. Yeah.
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot about that panel. I forgot about
yeah.
that.
You guys must have water in your veins instead of blood. And it's like, but then like the Vampirella is like asked like, yeah, and he talked to Sensitive. I was like, no, we got blood in our veins too. Yeah, so just like you.
I thought it was. I forgot how, dude. I left my ass off because I'm reading and I'm like, where's this logic coming from? And then I'm like, oh wait, like you said, they're in a desert, so he's hallucinating. So he goes, if you guys need blood, so you must have.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
much
just
what
thought it
he's.
was I just thought it was funny, and then yeah, but one other thing was Jose draws him in a freaking almost almost in his normal getup, but he's actually in a damn but it looks like he's in a button up in this one, the Dracula, in a button up and a t-shirt.
Yeah, he's just like yeah. It looks like he just had the
but I'm
full on
just wondering
suit.
where
Yeah,
the button up and where the t-shirt came from, because if you go back a couple panels, he's in his freaking suit still.
yeah. Somehow he lost the jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, somehow he lost the jacket, but he ends up with a freaking button up
Yeah, well,
on
yeah,
top of
well,
his.
it's like it's a suit. It's like they have
Oh
a
yeah,
button up
yeah,
shirt.
yeah. So he did have the button up already, but I just thought it was funny. I'm like, where's his coat and where's everything else? But like you said, he's in the desert, so he's gonna be losing
Yeah,
pieces.
it looks like he lost his jacket. All he has is his button-up shirt, the vest, and the
Yeah.
medallion. You know that Dracula
Oh, I
always.
didn't know that was a medallion. I thought that was a t-shirt emblem.
Oh,
I forgot that was his emblem.
right.
I forgot that was his
That's
chain.
something that they keep it from the Dracula. It's like a medallion.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot about that because I thought when I looked at it at first, I thought it was the t-shirt logo. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like it's a part of
but
the
what
Dracula lore.
like me and you were just saying, like we were just saying, Adam went freaking cuckoo, and Dracula ends up going cuckoo and turns into a bat.
Yeah, but now like now Dracula is like he's starting to get his bloodlust coming.
Yeah,
You know, it's kind of like roughly around the same time, or not long after Vampirella is getting her bloodlust.
right.
Yeah, he's trying to be good and redeem
Yeah,
himself, but it's like he's not having a chance to succeed.
yeah,
You know,
and
in his
he's trying not to feed on on Adam and Adam Pendragon, and dude, he has 3 freaking blood sacks to feed on.
yeah,
So it's like yeah, yeah, it's kind of hard, man. I
yeah,
would be too, man. I'm in a desert, and I got 3 freaking sources of nutrients.
yeah, yeah. It's like and so he's trying to do his thing so he could feed off of them. So, but yeah, both of them turn into bats, so they're kind of like fighting each other
Yeah, but
in a way.
I thought this part was interesting. I'm like, you're both in weakened states, and you're both gonna fight each other.
Yeah, exactly. So,
You're,
like, yeah, so
so here, you see Dracula and Vampirella fighting. Yeah, but like biting, like gnawing at each other, and what would 2 bats do?
yeah, I guess fight each other a little bit. on that. But yeah, there's just like I guess they battled a little bit here. Only
Yeah.
and then like somehow like I think Vampirella somehow breaks off. You
Oh yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Breaks like so.
yeah,
Yeah,
she got injured. She got bitten by like when in bat form, Dracula bites her one of her wings, so she can't really fly
yeah,
away.
right here.
Yeah,
Like
right
yeah,
here.
right here. Bites her in the wing. I'm like,
Yeah,
wouldn't that be her? Wouldn't that be her arm?
bites her wing. But I remember in human form when they're in normal human form, they still have wings. So,
Right, right. Oh
but
yeah. So that might be part of the wing anyway.
so,
Yeah,
but now as they go, as they move forward,
yeah, yeah.
Vampirella like figures out she's gonna go after that slug monster, you know, and she has a plan. So she goes on. She falls. Goes back to human form, and but she's like telling everybody else to run
Right.
and move on. They gotta go move on, and she's gonna go after this monster.
Dude,
But
yeah,
because
but
this monster,
at this point, when I got to this point, I'm like, you already fought Dracula. You were weak, and then you're trying to go after the slug creature when you're in your weakened state. When the Dracula bit you in the wing,
yeah,
and you're gonna try to go after a big ass slug.
yeah,
I'm like, well, let's hope you survive because you're super weak right now. Yeah, and then
exactly.
Pendragon points and goes, yeah,
Yeah, but she goes and does her thing here, but she figures out like having this slug monster run around in circles, but because I guess how the slug is feeding as he walks across the sand, he's like somehow sucking up the sand to feed
right.
and leave behind this poop trail, right? So but she figures out, it's like, well, it's like the logic. She goes to logic. No species is able to survive eating their own crap,
Right.
right? So she's having this monster go over
Back
its
up.
own
Yeah, so
poop trail.
she's going around, but she's going back around the where the slug left his trail of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like monsters like walking on its own trail. So it's like it's all of a sudden it's like, oh man, I'm getting weak all of a sudden. It's like why? Because your body's absorbing all your crap. Yeah,
so
right.
so pretty much Vampirella figured out if the other creature eats his own crap, he might not be so as strong as as he could be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, waking it up. It's like, all right, well, eat your own crap.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah. So
forget. Does she end up feeding on her or on him or no? I don't remember.
no, she doesn't feed on anything. So it's just like as it progresses, like keeps going, like, and he's like realizing, yeah, like the creature is like, oh, I'm so weak, I have to go get some sand to get strengthened again. But does she, so if you go to the next panel,
Yeah.
go to the next page.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where the Conjurus, like
Yeah.
so this creature like pretty much is like already defeated. So
Right.
the Conjurus comes over, and she's pretty much asking, like telling Vampirella, okay, so how do you feel now? Like, how do you feel now about Dracula? Do you still feel that you're in love with him?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
still
what I thought was freaking hilarious. I'm like, why would you come? Why didn't you come when they were in trouble? Why would you come right now
yeah,
after everything's done? So
yeah, it's pretty much just like telling her, it's like, hey, are you still in love with him, or what? What's your deal?
so what I thought was the Conjurers purposely put them on this damn planet, so these two end up in fucking bloodlust,
Yeah, I think
and fight each other, and then see if they would still care about each other or see
yeah,
which one. Yeah,
exactly. So pretty much it's just to see, for Vaporella, it's like in a way it's like
right,
kind of teaching Vaporella a lesson. It's like, hey, do you really like it? Do you
right,
really like him, or let's show you? show you Dracula's true colors,
Right, right,
and
right.
that's what happened.
Yeah,
They
that's
showed
pretty much what happened, and it seems like that's why she likes Adam right now more than Dracula.
Yeah, and that's what happened because she got to see Dracula for who he really is,
Right,
and the reason why she was after Dracula is because she's it's like she's homesick and she found
right,
somebody of her own kind, but
right.
unfortunately he was a bad boy,
Yeah,
bad boy.
like all girls fall for bad boys first, and then
Yeah,
the good guy always gets the short end.
yeah. But then the only to then now finds out that
Yeah,
I
then the freaking I thought this was funny because how see the conjurer sends them back, and then
so she takes
they all
yeah, she sends everybody else back except for Dracula. She
right.
keeps she keeps Dracula with her. The Contras keeps Dracula with her and sends Vampirella and everybody else back to where back to Earth.
Yeah, but I thought that was funny because in the beginning, you don't even find out how the three humans ended up that way because it just shows Vampirella falling through the. So it's like, oh, but now the Conjurers can send the normal humans back with her. It's like,
Exactly.
you're like, what the hell, man? It's like, make up your mind. If they all all of them, all four of them or all three of them came together, they should have, yeah, then they should have all left together, but they didn't all three. So it doesn't tell you how Adam and how how Pendragon and how they ended up there, but they show you how they ended up coming back.
Yeah, they all came back the same way, but it's like,
Right,
yeah, it doesn't show how they ended up a certain way. So
right.
it's
So
interesting. But
how those three ended up there in the first place, but the Conjurers send them back at the same time that Vampy did, or did they find a way to get to her? It's like
exactly.
that was the only issue I had was like the like we always do, freaking for her serum again, and
Mm,
and the plot hole of how the humans ended up on with the where the Countess sent Vampirella.
exactly.
That was that's the only issues I had with it, but no, but story wise, it felt more cohesive.
Right.
It felt
Yeah,
more cohesive.
exactly. I
Yeah.
agree. It did feel more cohesive and
It felt
yeah,
a lot more cohesive. And then next week it's another writer, so it's a whole completely different writer. Find out, yeah. So I look, yeah. I sent you the new issue anyway, but it's a completely new writer next week. So what did you think of the story, grade wise?
yeah, it's a little bit better. Still, but yet this is with it being a new writer, he's just going off of what he had already. So
Right?
I kind of expected a couple plot hole or two,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
was still with the plot hole the uh of the serum, and then just like you mentioned uh
The human
how
beings,
how the humans got to
right?
this desert dimension,
Right.
so
Because it doesn't show you at all. It doesn't show you how they. Yeah, it doesn't show you how they got there. Because it
yeah,
doesn't tell this part of it, but it's both of the writer's faults because this one T Brennan was wrapping up his stuff and then he let this guy take over, but Brendan didn't explain how those guys ended up there in the first place. Like you don't see anything where see this part is where Countess sends her through, but you don't see the other guys going with her. You
right,
don't. Well, I can understand Pendragon because Pendragon was standing right next to her, so Pendragon is explainable. But how did the freaking Van Helsings ended up going? Because
exactly,
I didn't see I forgot about Pendragon standing right next to her she was talking. So yeah, so Pendragon's in then Pendragon's easy. But how the hell did the two Van Helsings end up with there?
yeah. That's another one. It's like,
Yeah.
but overall, it was a decent story. It was
Overall decent. What grade? Uh, I want to see what you give it because I got a grade in my head. I want to see if it matches yours.
yeah, I get like be nice 7.5. Still decent. Wasn't that many plot holes
So
with it, but
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
seven.
it was
I
yeah,
agree with a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, because it was a decent conclusion. If I don't know what the next story is, but if it's still involving Dracula or not, but if there's like, it would be a decent conclusion for now
Right,
between for the story between Vampirella and Dracula,
right,
unless there's a part two somewhere down the road
right.
where they pick up again.
Well,
But
I think so, but I don't think it's next issue. I think next issue is some completely different story. I think I can't remember exactly, but when we read it, we'll go over it. But I mean, I actually honestly I enjoyed it a little more than T. Brennan stuff. Being honest, I enjoyed it a little more because it didn't feel as because T Brennan stuff was a little more plot hole, a lot more plot holes than
yeah,
anything. This one at least felt more cohesive, like me and you were saying.
yeah,
You give it a 7.5. I agree. Like you said, you were being I'm being nice too. 7.5, I agree with because I was gonna give it a 6, but then you said being nice, yeah. But if you reread the Brennan stuff and his stuff, I actually went back a little bit and read some of Brennan's stuff and his. I'm like, I honestly like you know, like Archer stuff more than Brennan's. I really like this
yeah,
guy's stuff more. Like rereading it, I'm like, it feels more cohesive and it feels like he explained a little more. So it's like, okay, I get it more. And it's fine. 7.5. Art wise, of course, it's a Gonzalez, so I'm gonna give it an 8.
yeah. I'm with you on the art. Yeah, it's like the
I'm
art's.
gonna give it an 8. And then
That's what.
yeah, and then cover wise, that's at least a 9 because it's Torres,
Yeah,
Enrich, of course, but actually seeing this thing with none of the trade dress and none of that stuff, it's it's way different because
right,
the artwork's way different. I mean, it's not too different; it's a lot brighter. But like
right.
you said, the printing back then it doesn't do it justice. But I have the actual issue in my hand here, so here's the actual issue. So yeah, so here's the actual issue, 21.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got mine right.
yeah, it doesn't give it just because if you see it in person, it gives it a little more. It's more detailed, Yeah, yeah. So it gives it more of a more of a reference.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So mine's a little brighter.
I think
The
the
yeah,
lettering on yours is a little bit brighter than mine, but that's
yeah,
cool. Mine's still
yeah,
overall pretty good condition though.
yeah. And then it was a good. I mean, cover wise, it's actually one of my favorites too. I mean, I have a lot of favorite covers on here.
Yeah,
I got a lot of favorite covers, and Dell knows I have a lot of favorite. I always tell him I got plenty of favorite covers here because I like the painted style. I've always looked I've always did,
mm,
but I know I wouldn't be able never to be able to afford one of these covers because it's super expensive. If you
yeah,
haven't noticed,
yeah. It's like there's a yeah. I have a handful here and there. It's like
yeah,
yeah. Actually, I was going through another one, which I think this was on the Vampirella one
yeah, yeah.
also.
Hold on. Yep, it was. There we go.
Yeah, but this is one of the warm present.
Yeah,
He just used the same, but I think this was on the Vampirella cover also. But
right.
if I'm not mistaken, but I was just used to going through some of the magazines I have and like changing the bags of boards,
Yeah.
and it's just like issue one of the
Warren Presents, and
Warren.
I actually got something from Dell Warren Presents that um it actually completes the Vampy run. Well, you don't actually need it, but if you're a hardcore Vampy fan, you would get that issue and say the run is complete because it needs to have this issue, and it's
You
the
just got
Panther.
yeah, because you just sent it off to get graded not
I
a few
just got
months ago.
sent it off to get graded not that
Yeah,
long ago,
yeah, it's like a few months ago,
and
probably
I
two
and I
almost
got
3 months ago.
yeah, and I got a surprise out of it because me and Dell expected to be come back at 8, but it came back a lot higher than we both expected because I didn't expect this and you didn't expect this. It came back a lot higher, and the funniest thing, is this issue is an October issue of the 80s. and it came back on Halloween. How ironic is that?
Yeah, it came back. Yeah, it came back. Exactly on Friday. Yeah, because it was we dropped. He dropped it off. Yeah, he dropped it off at the
Like
11.
on a Monday or a Sunday like 3 months ago. But the funniest thing is, like me and Del were me and Tim were looking at it. I would go, Tim, does that say 1080? Yeah, so it's October in the 80s, and I freaking got this thing back. Got this thing back on in October of 2025, Halloween, and I got a 9.0 out of it. So that's a lot higher than I expected.
Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna come back because like a 7 or 7.5, and you're thinking
Yeah,
it's gonna come back an 8.
right.
But the guy that cleaned
Yeah,
Fred
Spineworks, Lenny,
Lenny at
that
Fireworks.
me and pretty much I use, and then Steve and everybody else uses, and a lot of people use them because of the amazing work he does, and this
Yeah,
proves it. Because me and
yeah,
Dell he thought it was a 7. I thought it was at least, yeah, 7.5 or 8. That's what we thought, and then he cleaned it up, and it came back a 9. It came back a
yeah. So
9.
I haven't. I the couple books I
Yeah,
have had pressed and cleaned. I use somebody completely different. So
right,
I'm gonna put together a couple books to
right.
have Lenny do
But
it.
yeah, but like
Take
I
care.
said, this thing came back and like that's higher than I expected.
Yeah, because I was thinking about setting this one up to have Lenny take care
Yeah,
of.
that one you should, because that's the most expensive one out of that run. I think
Yeah, the
I
Warren
I
presents.
looked it up. I think that's the most expensive
Yeah,
one out of that Warren Presents run.
yeah, I
Is
think
that
it
one
is.
and Panther? Those two are the most expensive books out of the
Yeah,
whole run.
yeah, because
And then we got a special issue. Well, it's not a special issue next week, but it's issue 22 next week. And some fun facts about 22 I'm going to tell you guys next week. I won't tell you guys now, but hold on. There we go. Issue 22 is a bunch of fun facts on this one. And one of the person that wrote the vampire story in this is actually known for writing Captain America, really a bunch of Captain America stuff. So gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting. Dell's gonna read it, and Dell's gonna be probably enjoy it.
yeah,
But
so
I know a bunch of history behind this cover, so I'll tell you. And it's not done by Inrich or St. Julian or Gonzalez, so it's not done by the major the major three guys. It's actually done by another friend of theirs that's from the same SI crew from Spain. So it's gonna be cool. So I know a bunch of history behind it, and I know who the Dracula is based off of, and it's not Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it's not who does everybody say but Bella Lugosi. It's not a Bella Lugosi. It's not a Belly Lugosi, but it's somebody very close to SI's management. That's all I got. That's all I'm giving a clue of. It's one of SI management people.
yeah, but yeah, I
But
look
that's
forward to
gonna
reading
be,
it. Yeah, I look
yeah.
forward to reading it. So
Looking forward to reading it, and I'm looking forward to telling you guys all the history behind it. And if you guys hit the like, subscribe, you guys know this drill. Yeah, we always say it every week. If you guys want to join in on the fun, hit me up on Instagram and let me know, and I can send you guys the issue, and then you can do me and Della does read the vampy stuff, and we can go over it and see what you guys think, because I'm trying to get everybody into Vampy, but everybody's always into Vampy because Vampy's scantily clad.
exactly, it's Vampirella.
Yeah,
So
but I'm surprised of how many females are into her. I'm that doesn't surprise me, but it kind of a little bit, because you know how sometimes they say, a lot of females when they get in the comment, too big of boobs or certain thing, they're sex objects or whatever. But this character is not. If you got if so far Dell's read it, do you consider her a sex type objectified? Not really.
not really. Not it's not like uh, what the movie Barbed Wire ended up
Right,
being.
right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's not. It's nothing like that. It's just,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's more it's more of women empowerment type stuff.
yeah.
That's
So
what it feels like more than you know what I mean. But you've read 20 something issues, 21
yeah,
issues so far, and it's not like it's not what you think. So
exactly. So it's not what you think, but
yeah.
yeah, it's very different. It's very different. So either
It's
way,
very different from what Dell likes to read. Dell likes to read monsters and guys that like to punish you.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, vigilante books and
yeah.
yeah, and
And monster books, monsters that look strong.
yeah, the big green monsters. Yeah,
yeah, big
they're
green
kind of
monsters,
yeah,
Incredible Hulk,
angry. Pretty much my two favorite characters are always angry. You
always
know,
angry.
they're mad about stuff. It's like what
Mine, what would you say? Mine are.
booby books. You like booby books.
Nah, not like that. But I like creature books too because I like Swamp Thing too. But a lot of people know me for
The
you
booby
already did.
books.
Booby
The
books.
booby
A
books.
lot of people know me for
Yeah,
Vampy, pretty
yeah,
much because that's
yeah.
all I talk about really. But because that's my most that's my interest. You know what I mean? I like it, and then I like to get other people into it. I like that because she had cool history. You didn't know a lot of the history behind the stuff, and then
Yeah,
you asked me, and then look,
yeah,
and you end up with a whole run of it,
yeah. See,
creepy and
yeah, but yeah, so yeah, a whole bunch of them. It's like a creepy, eerie. Warren
right,
presents the
right,
Rook. The
yeah,
Rook is another one, and
yeah.
what else we
The
got?
Rook is like a cross in between Han Solo and Doctor Who.
Yeah,
That's how the Tim explained
yeah,
what type of character he is.
yeah. I'm sure you talked to him about it today, because
Yeah, he joked around with me. He goes, I gave Dell the book. I gave Dell the slab. It slipped out of Dell's hand. I go, oh, okay. Then we just got to get it re-slabbed.
he teased you about it.
Yeah, he teased me about it. He goes, it slipped out of Dell's hand.
It broke. No, oh, here's a yeah, and also I got a whole run of the Spirit
yeah,
also,
whole one of the spirit.
which
And,
that one
well,
it started off under Warren and then finished up under kitchen sink.
yeah, that was interesting to find out. But like I said, if you guys are interested, Dell actually is selling the Vampy run, and he has a Vampy one, everything else. And if you guys are interested, you can hit Dell up.
Yeah, hit me up on at I'm on Instagram at as you see on the screen. That's my at Deliman Diaz. You
Right.
can
If you guys are interested in the Vampy stuff, you can always hit him up. If you're
yeah,
interested
because
in
I
creepy stuff and eerie stuff, he has a whole run of both, all three actually.
yeah
Well,
the only one
the only one it doesn't have is the ash can of what's it, eerie or creepy? Which one I forget. Eerie,
Erie. So
yeah,
yeah, which is the first
uh,
issue there because the first issue of Erie is an Ash Cannon. It was a very limited run,
right.
so I don't have
But
that
that's the
one.
only thing he doesn't have. But he has everything else. But
Yeah,
if you're interested, hit Dell up.
yeah, because
But
the Vampy 1, 2, and 3 I have graded.
right,
And also Vampy. I have two of Vampirella 113, which is the
yeah,
last issue where it's still magazine size, but that's when
yeah.
Harris took
Yeah,
over.
when Harris took it over, and what see one thing I find funny about Harris is they love writing normal stories and like reprinting a bunch of their bunches of stuff, but I don't think they own the reprint part of it. So that's why Warren went after him.
Yeah,
But like I said, if you guys like what you've been watching, the Vampy Book Club stuff, hit the like, hit the subscribe, you know, share with the friends and let people know. You've been with you've been enjoying me and Deliman's run through of the Warren magazines. We'll be running through these, and then we'll be having special guests on. We'll be having probably cosplayers join us with some issues, maybe if I can convince them, or we'll have interviews depending on I want to do some different stuff. I'll reach out to him and see, but you guys have to keep an eye out to see who I have. You guys never know. Dell doesn't know. So I mean, Dell knows a lot, but Dell doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll check you guys next week, and we'll see you soon.